Yeah, so you can work out all you want. You can bust your butt. I mean, just go through thick and thin. But if you're not watching those calories, if you are not on those calories like a hawk, just making sure that everything in your mouth is or everything going into your mouth is accounted for, you're not going to do well as an endomorph when it comes to leaning out. Leaning out for an endomorph is a numbers game. And you got to play that numbers game like an accountant. Everything tracked, everything accounted for. Maybe not the macros, but you know, for body composition, the macros is important. Yes, you know, you can get by with just counting calories, but for body recomposition and all these different things, and once you get, you know, once it starts, man, there's a chicken running down the street. Once you get to the point where you're lean, you're getting to that, you know, closer to that goal, and you got that little bit of belly fat and little things like that, macros are gonna play a key. But for the most part, if you're someone that's obese, if you're someone that's 25% body fat plus, you just need to worry about counting the calories. I've talked about this before. You are going to soak up willpower every time you are putting energy into, you know, different processes throughout your day. And what I feel is, in the beginning, when you're trying to deal with the stresses of controlling eating and all these different, you know, factors, when you're trying to get all that stuff figured out, it is better to minimize how much output you have, because once the results come, you will be motivated by results. But you may be spinning your wheels because you're putting all this willpower into tracking every little macro and writing down all these numbers, which is time consuming, rather than using that energy to say, you know, focus on your goals. Think about things that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Those things in turn hopefully motivate you to stick to, you know, the eating plan or the eating regimen that you have declared for yourself. So that's my idea that goes along with this workout. You know, I hope you guys like the workout. It's squats and yeah, I mean, put effort into the things that are going to keep you on track, and results will come.
All right, just to get it out there right now, these pause rep squats, the form is just absolutely terrible. But my right hip needs to be rehabbed on a serious level. The injury that I got back in 2008, it really has put me in a position to overcompensate quite a bit in my hip region. And so taking so many years off of doing these, and, you know, doing some, you know, athletic and static movements, you know, mainly freeboarding, as far as, you know, actually rotating my hip. But even then, a more static movement, you know, and just like these, when it comes to freeboarding, I have a problem holding that lower position in the below 90 area. And I feel like that's where a lot of control is when I ride. So, you know, I'm trying to develop that. And I'm also just trying to get my body back in a position where it's, you know, in balance, like my kinetic chain is in balance. I want to feel like, you know, everything is in proper alignment. I want to feel strong. and I got a lot of work ahead of me. But the reason why I chose these pause squats is because I've seen a lot of people that are out there that have good strength using this as a way to, um, fix their hips. You can see even right here how the bar is like kind of shifted to the side. My training partner caught that, and it's off. It's like lower on the left, and these are the kind of problems that you have when you go through a back injury. Things get out of alignment.